Welcome to Cooking with Saucy Sean's from Saucy Sean's Fine Eats. We make real food for real people, and that's what we're going to attempt to do tonight. So tonight we're making tacos. This is tacos that are more traditional in, Canada than say in the southern US or in California or in Mexico. This is more the way that they've been done up here in my experience. Definitely not as good as some of our more ethnic traditional tacos. When you go to like a tacoteria, I know I probably didn't pronounce it right, but little taco shop, you get these little tacos. They got strips of beef in them, strips of chicken, they got a little bit of onion, a little bit of good stuff, some salsa. When you go to think of a taco here, a lot of times think of a hard shell taco with ground beef that's been seasoned and then some lettuce and tomato, sour cream, cheese on it. Or maybe a soft taco with a tortilla. What we're doing tonight is a ground beef taco, and we're going to be using actually, tortillas. So it's going to be almost a burrito, but without the beans and being heated. Kind of one of those weird Canadian foods. I developed this particular recipe when I was up at Gull Lake Center. I was working with Emmett, good old Emmett, and we were trying to make tacos and figure out how do we make tacos gluten-free, because so many taco seasonings have got gluten in them, flour in them. And we just wanted to make it gluten-free to make it friendlier for everyone. And so we started talking about what things we could put in it. Like, when we were doing this, we were dicing up some tomatoes and some peppers and some onions and some garlic. And I was just sitting there looking at Emmett and said, "Hey, Emmett, you know what we're doing? We're making salsa." So that's where this recipe comes from. Basically, quick and easy. It can easily be scaled up. What we're doing tonight is actually a scaled down version of what I would do for camp. So, first step is we have to get our ingredients. We've done that. We went to the store, we've got our tortillas. In fact, I got some special tortillas we'll try out tonight too. And we're going to start by browning our ground beef. So, pretty simple. We're going to turn on our burner. And I'm going to take about 2 pounds of ground beef and dump it in my pan. There we go. That's the start of our tacos. So we're going to break that up. As I said in a previous video, I love cast iron. For me, it's the best type of pot there is. Always easy to work with. Holds heat well. Fairly easy to clean, especially if they're properly seasoned, which ours hardly ever are here at home. So we're going to brown this up. Okay, while our ground beef is cooking, which is going to be doing very slowly here, we're going to start prepping the rest of our meal, because what do you want on tacos? Well, here we want lettuce on our tacos. So we're going to take a head of iceberg lettuce. I just unwrapped it. Going to peel off some of the old dead stuff on the outside. Pound it down. Sarah's favorite part. Get rid of the core from the center. Get rid of any brown stuff off of it. I'm going to give this a good rinse. I really pounded that one down. Rinse with cold water. Here we go. We'll let that sit and drain for a few minutes. While it's draining, I'll grab a tomato. How much condiments, how much of this stuff you put on your tacos is really up to you. When it comes to cheese, you really have a couple of choices. You can grate your own. So you can grate up your own cheese. Or you can buy it pre-grated. Doesn't really matter. You can use old cheddar, you can use medium cheddar, you can use marble, you can use mozzarella. Kind of use whatever cheese suits your fancy. Because it doesn't have to be anything special. It's really all about what you like, not about what I like. So dice up your tomatoes however you want to. So we just got our beef browning here, still waiting for it. As I said, we've done some lettuce and tomatoes, some cheese. We're gonna put some salsa into a bowl before we serve, and some guacamole. Oh, and sour cream. I like sour cream. Personally, I think all this green stuff and red stuff here is a bit of a waste. I like meat and sour cream and guacamole and cheese. That's kind of what I like. I don't even add much salsa anymore. I really want to learn how to make more traditional tacos as well. I know I've made my own corn tortillas and my own flour tortillas in the past, but I've had some really awesome tacos in a couple of places in Airdrie actually, and one or two places down in Atlanta, in San Diego, that have really changed my opinion of what a taco is from just being ground beef. One of the cool things about this recipe is that it's really easily scalable. As I say, when I'm cooking for a camp, I'll cook in a hotel pan, one of the big steam table pans. I'll brown the meat, put all the ingredients in it, mix it all up, cover it really tight, put it in the oven for about 2 hours, and it's done. One way you can really spice this recipe up, and this recipe isn't spicy, but spice it up and not in the ow my tongue way, is you do chicken. If you're doing a food service type thing, and you're dealing with like Gordon Food Service or Cisco, you can buy pre-cooked diced chicken. It is 100% chicken, no fillers, no additives, white meat, dark meat combinations, diced into different sizes. I think I was using 1/2 inch diced, and literally what you can do is take a hotel pan, dump your chicken into it, and the cool thing about it being cooked is there's absolutely no waste. When you're doing ground beef, the recipe for 25 people is like a 10-pound chub of ground beef. But by the time you cook that down, you don't have 10 pounds of meat anymore. So when I did the costing on it, the chicken, while it was more expensive to buy, was actually cheaper to use because it's all 100% meat. But you take that chicken, you dump it in your pan, you dump in all the other ingredients, which we'll get to in a few minutes, and you mix it all up really well, cover it up, throw it in your oven for 2 hours, and you've got an awesome meal, and people think it's more valuable because it's chicken and not beef. Just one of my many hints for camp cooking. So we got this ground up. There's a little bit of fat in here. Browned up, not ground up. Whoa, look at that. But not too much. There's not so much that I would drain it. This was lean beef. In fact, I think it's good enough. We can cook it a few more minutes, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, so our beef is ready to go here. Look at this. Again, there's a little bit of fat in there. That could be drained if you're really picky. I'm not. There's not a heck of a lot. You can drain it, you can rinse it to get rid of the extra fat. If I was going to dehydrate this, I would be doing that, but I'm not planning on dehydrating this. Yes, I dehydrate food too. So now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. We're going to add 1/2 cup of salsa. In this case, I'm using paste, chunky salsa. I think medium, maybe it's mild, I don't know. You can use almost any salsa you want. Doesn't really matter. And then we've got cilantro leaf, dried cilantro. We've got 15 milliliters, or a tablespoon, sorry for those of you who are into that. Salt, we've got a teaspoon, 5 milliliters. There we go. Granulated garlic, not garlic salt. There's a difference between garlic powder, granulated garlic, and garlic salt. I like granulated garlic. Garlic powder is my second choice. Garlic salt I don't use because I don't want to add the extra sodium into what I'm doing. I've got 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. We have got 2 tablespoons of lime juice and a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So we're going to mix all of this up, and we're going to let it simmer for probably 20 minutes. Let those flavors combine. And that, my friends, is where you get a really awesome, gluten-free, dairy-free for that matter, taco meat. And to be honest, I really love this. I love this more than using taco seasoning, because it just has a better overall flavor to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down underneath here, and I'm going to grab my Dutch oven lid, which happens to fit this fairly well. I'm going to reduce the heat so it simmers on a low heat. And we're going to come back to you after this is all cooked up. And let's say about 20 minutes. Okay, so we've been stirring this every few minutes just to make sure nothing sticks or anything, and it's turning out perfect as you'd expect. We're going to turn this off now. It's done. There you go. You've got a taco meal. We've got down here a flour tort. We've got sour cream and salsa and cheese, some guacamole, some lettuce, some tomato, and we've got our taco meat. You want to make sure when you're cooking this that it doesn't dry out. That's why I actually love cooking this in the oven for a big group of people, because it's just so easy. Again, this is a family type meal. This is, as I'm looking at it, this is easily 5 people. But when it comes to camps and stuff, I actually have this all portioned. The right size dishers to use to portion it out. Really comes out well, and generally was appreciated, I think. People seem to like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a taco. How's that sound? Great. A lot of Canadians cooking tacos will use hard tortilla shells. I don't like them nearly as much as just using a soft tortilla. So I got a flour tort, dump some meat on it. Oh, what am I going to put on next? Oh, it's always so hard to put some cheese because that helps melt into the meat. Look at that. Cheese into the meat. You know what happens when you make these? You make them too big, and then you can't close them up. We're going to put a bit of sour cream on there. A lot of people like to put more salsa on. I'll put a little bit on, but as you saw, we already cooked it into the meat. A little bit of guacamole. Yeah, I bought this stuff. You can make it. It's actually easy to make. But if you're going to make it, make sure you use lime juice, not lemon juice. Makes a difference. So now we're going to try what the impossible feat is of rolling it, and there we have a soft taco. And I got a special treat coming up for you in just a second. So there we go. It's so good. Now, that's a flour tortilla. Now, a corn tortilla. Much smaller. Never tried these before. La Carcina. Hey, it's from St. Anne, Manitoba. Some Holdeman Mennonites own this company. They make the best tortilla chips. I love them. They know what they're doing. These flour torts look great. And this is more traditional taco size. So I'm going to keep this one a little bit simpler. A little bit of meat, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of sour cream, because I just like I don't eat that much dairy, so a little bit of sour cream here. And then we simply take her like so. Those are really good. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, thumbs up, tell other people about us, watch more of my videos. Really helps me, might help you too. And remember, Saucy Sean's Fine Eats, your caterer of choice and your camp cook of choice. Cheers for now.
Hi, Mom.